Hello and welcome to Aid Hardy Free Speech. Sadly, for legal reasons, I can't bring you the broadcast that I was hoping to. About 20 minutes ago, I got a message from Dr. Adil explaining that legally he's... oh, there we go. Sorry, my volumes are up and I thought they were down. I do apologise. Yeah, he said for legal reasons he's unable to be with us tonight. I want to kind of try and explain that, but before I do, I just want to go right back to the beginning. 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was contacted by Dr. Adil. He wanted a platform to come and explain. Now, I cannot begin to explain to you how brave Dr. Adil is for an NHS consultant surgeon to step completely off the box and to put himself out there and say, what you're being told about this pandemic is not true, and for him to go against everything that the official line is saying is pretty much unprecedented. As far as I know, we were the first to interview him, and he was the first NHS consultant to actually be interviewed live rather than pre-recorded. And we then did a second interview. Now, shortly after that, surprisingly, those videos never got took down by YouTube. What is it, Susan Wojcicki? Yeah, the lady, let's call her, who's in charge of YouTube, has just said, look, we don't care. If we don't like it, we're going to take it down. And they do. I mean, I had 3 more taken down yesterday. The interview that Bex and I did on vaccines, you'll notice that's gone. There was a couple of others, they've gone. I think it was yesterday I woke up to a message saying there were 3 more of mine taken down. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop putting them up. It just means I'm going to put more up because we just need to keep bombarding them with this. But about a week, 10 days ago, Dr. Adil contacted me and said, would I mind taking down his interviews? Now, I think the first one we did, I'd had something like 3,500 views, and that was just on my channel. And I did encourage anybody to download it and then re-upload it, mirror it, put it out wherever you want. And so I don't know how many I had, but it was certainly more than I originally expected. Anyway, we took those down. They weren't taken down, and I was surprised how long. I've still got copies of them. We can put them back up. It's not a problem. On Friday, I got a phone call from Dr. Adil explaining that he'd got an emergency online Skype meeting with the General Medical Council. And at that point, he was still, look, I'm going to tell them what I think. This is true. This is for the good of humanity. This is why I'm doing this. How can they not let me tell my truth? Blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, the shit shower comes, doesn't it? Now, legally, what can I tell you? At no point, as far as I'm aware, were patients or any interaction by Dr. Adil with any patients was ever talked about during this process. Okay? So nothing that has happened to Dr. Adil was because of anything to do with a patient. Purely to do with what he'd said on YouTube, on social media, and all the other places across the world that he had his voice heard. Nothing at all to do with a patient. Now, as I understand it, Dr. Adil had 3 consultancy jobs. Whether they were with different NHS trusts or all with one, I'm not sure. Now, at the moment, let's say he's not traveling far. But I can't tell you exactly what happened in that GMC online meeting. All I can tell you is I'm aware there is an appeals process. What that actually means in terms of time, in terms of financial devastation. I do know other doctors that have done a similar thing, and devastation is the only word that you can apply to it. How that is going to play out for Dr. Adil, I don't know. What I can tell you is the man's just like a big rubber ball. He just keeps coming back, because what you cannot stop him saying is this pandemic is nothing like we're being told. And even 20 minutes ago on messages, he was still saying that to me. So what I can tell you is he is frustrated and a little angry, because what he feels is what he is saying is the truth. And what he basically is saying is there's more than one way of looking at virology. No extra people have died. So why the bloody hell is the world all locked down and doing nothing? Because this is no more dangerous than normal seasonal flu, which does sadly kill people. So nobody's saying nobody's dying. What he's saying is, how many extra have died? Well, according to even the official figures, none. When there are COVID testing, it's 80 to 85% false positive. And then we find out that each COVID test apparently is a swab in your nose and a swab in your mouth. And that comes back as 2 results. So anyway, Dr. Adil is still, his story hasn't changed. What he's saying hasn't changed. The fact that he sent me a message saying his legal advisors have advised him not to come on tonight doesn't mean that he won't be on again. It just means that at the moment we have to put Dr. Adil's family and his well-being first. We've got to do that, and we've got to respect his wishes for now, for us to be discreet. But what I can tell you is Susan Wojcicki is still a twat. That's the boss of YouTube. Dr. Adil is still an absolute gentleman, as are all the other people who have been brave enough. And it is brave, to stick your neck on a block like that. These doctors and consultants pay it's about £500 a year to be part of and registered by the General Medical Council. So when you sit in front of them, they're using your money against you. Now, where else have we heard that before? Now, if this was to do with the patient, why would we even be talking about this? But it's not. It's about what Dr. Adil believes in his heart and he's conveying to the world. And somewhere, in somebody's head, that is wrong. Well, sadly, this can't be Aid Hardy free speech tonight, because Dr. Adil doesn't feel free enough to come on and say his speech. And there's something wrong with that. There is definitely something wrong with that. And if you think that's normal, it's not. Sadly, 9 out of 10 households do think that's normal. Hopefully everybody watching this realizes that it's not bloody normal. And we need brave people like Dr. Adil to continue to do what they do. So whilst I can't give you an awful lot of information, what I can tell you is everyone's fine. Dr. Adil's going through some serious shit at the minute, and he will be back to tell us about it. At the moment, he's not traveling far from home, and there is an appeals process. Beyond that, I can't really tell you much. What I do want to do is say that we need to keep going with this. There are more people starting to listen. I've been out today only to the local bloody shop, and there are more people who are just going 2 meters my arse. Not enough people doing it, but there are more people doing it. And then, of course, you've still got the ones, wearing the bloody masks and all the rest of it. And I just think, turn off your TV. But sadly, we're all allowed our own opinion, aren't we? But if people only watch the BBC and that's where their opinion comes from, then you can't help those people, really, can you? On a bit of a positive note, I just want to finish on a positive. Track and trace and track, whatever they're calling it. We're one of these things. A smartphone. Currently, my smartphone is working perfectly because it's connected to my internet. Now, it did have a SIM card in it. And because it used to have a SIM card in it, my WhatsApp works fine. Emails work fine. Everything works fine. All my apps work brilliantly on here. In fact, I just had another one make a noise. Okay. But it's got no SIM card in it. My SIM card is in this. 2G phone, no Bluetooth. 15 quid. Hang on a minute. Check this out. 2 SIM cards, huge sized SIM cards in the back. 15 quid, 20 quid, whatever it was off of, I think it was Amazon or eBay or whatever. It's a Nokia 106, by the way, if anybody knows. You can get it with just one SIM card slot for about a £5 cheaper. It's crap. Texting is a pain in the arse, but try tracing that any closer than about 300 yards, because you can't. So now this where are we? This stays at home, and I just check my WhatsApp when I get back, and this goes with me. I don't have to take SIM cards in and out. It just works. So hopefully that's a bit of a positive. That's what we can do. That's what I've done. You do what you want. And I just want to leave you with this. We need to keep going. We need to keep putting more videos up. The fact that Susan Woodchit's twat is deciding that she can just take anything down off YouTube, and she can. You know, it's their platform. They can do that. But please, mirror anything of mine. I don't care. Mirror it, download it, re-upload it. Let's give them more bloody stuff to take down than they can cope with. Because if they want to play taking it down, let's keep busy. So, we've got to keep going. We've got to keep doing this. We will be hearing from Dr. Adil again soon. I know he is still on social media. He's not allowed to say much. If you are following him, a positive message of just let him know that you care. It means a lot. It does. It seriously means a lot. And one thing he did say on the last message that I got was, please apologize and thank everybody who has listened or will listen. So I'll just leave you with that. And I just want to say thanks. Sorry, this has not been the broadcast that we hoped it would be. I didn't just want to not come on and say anything. I just thought it polite to let you know. If anybody's got any videos that, you know, think are good to drop me an email. I'll chuck them up on the channel. Let's see how long they stay up. Not long, because that's what they do. They just keep taking them down, but we need to keep putting them up. So I just want to say thanks to everybody. We are in this together, but not in the way that it comes over on the bloody TV. We're in this together. We just need to keep going and keep saying what is only true and right in our hearts. And that's all we can keep doing. So I'll speak to you next time. In the meantime, please keep smiling, because it's bloody difficult at the moment. I'll speak to you very soon.